everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and well, we are playing a game called Find the Road. Because, and that person's spinning quite a bit. You know, and like, and you can tell up ahead, visibility ain't great. You know what, but comes with the territory of living in Alberta in the middle of winter. I am in the 82 Capri right now, and yeah, I gotta go down that highway there, so I'm out Knowles, and spin, come on, there we go, get a little bit of traction. And you know, and then there's guys like that just, you know, go hammer down in their trucks and just don't care, right? Like, and you can actually smell, like, that thing is burning quite a bit of oil, so but yeah, because, like, you know, I don't get me wrong, I get it. This thing is not going to be fast at all in conditions like this, you know. The car it's not sliding that much, to be honest, right now, but, you know. And, yeah, you can tell, like, visibility isn't great, blowing snow, and basically, you know, just awful conditions. And now, if you find yourself in conditions like this, now, like, and the highway is relatively clear, but visibility isn't too bad. It actually seemed to be worse in town, but like there are spots, you know, where you can't really see much, and basically just slow down and just be careful, right? That's all you've got to do, because all of this that I'm doing right now, like, I'm slowly getting up to the 100 kilometers an hour, even though I can probably pin it right now and it's fine. But, like, I'm treating this as if there is ice on the road, which it's possible that there is. I drove the other way, it didn't seem to be, but you never know, right? So, just gradual on the throttle, you know, and just be safe. And that's all you need to do. Because there are so many people, and now, like, because I'm in a classic car. It doesn't have the best traction. It has fairly decent traction with the AOD tranny back there and my toolkit, and it being the hatchback, you know, compared to, say, my notchback, but, you know, or even potentially my convertible. But, like, I'm not driving my convertible in this, because, well, with the top the way it leaks as well, it would be really bad because it would just fog up so bad inside the car. So this thing, though, is not too bad. And I'm being blown about, so I gotta make sure to steady it. But, like, you know, going through like that, right, where that truck went by and I couldn't see the road at all. But basically, you just kind of, if you see that white line on the right, kind of just hug that if you can. Like, if you can see it, try to hug that, because at least you know, hey, you're following the road, right? Because if you try to hug the yellow line, you could potentially crash into them. Like, and especially with these people that you will find people that do not have their lights on, which is stupid in conditions like this. Because I need, like, you know, if I come up on you, I might not be able to see you. Like, now, right now, again, it's not too bad. Like, it's, you know, blowing snow and whatever else, and blowing the car about, but other than that, you know, it's not horrible. But I was seeing some cars, like, in Olds that didn't have their lights on, and even coming out, I saw some cars that, again, didn't have their lights on, and going, what are you doing? Because that is the most dangerous thing, because, like, if nobody can see you, it's very easy to get into a crash, right? So, just, yeah, in the winter, for the most part, just turn your lights on. It's not a big deal. You know, unless it's like a really nice day or whatever, but treat it like it's nighttime. Because even, yeah, there's a vehicle up ahead there that, okay, actually their lights are on, so it's not so bad. Just could barely see it through that. But, you know, like, especially, like, think about this, if this was nighttime, right? Or at least a little darker than it is, because it's not super bright out here, but, because, again, the sun is just in behind a bunch of clouds, like, it's, right now, if any of y'all want to do the conversion on this, it's god-awful cold outside. So, currently, it is minus 21 with a minus 34 wind chill. Now, that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. However, do bear in mind minus 40 Celsius is minus 40 Fahrenheit. So at minus 34 wind chill, you know, that's going to be somewhere around like minus 25, minus 26 Fahrenheit. It's god-awful cold outside. And I made the mistake of, well, it's not too bad. Let's wear leggings. Bad idea. Also, I didn't bring like a face covering or anything to try and warm up my face, so it was getting freaking battered at the auction. Just not fun. But, you know, it's one of these things where I was looking at vehicles for a friend of mine, and yeah, because like there was a Mercury Zephyr and Mazda pickup and a couple other things that he was interested in, so, you know, that's fine. But yeah, like these are just awful conditions, because like it's not slick or anything, but with the wind pushing me over, and you know, and like being in this, now granted, it wouldn't really change what car I'm in. Like I'm probably gonna get blown about no matter what car I'm in. But these Fox bodies are really bad for that. Like, I like them, and I'll drive, you know, Fox bodies through just about any conditions. But you know, because I'm confident with the cars, I know what I'm doing because I've done this a lot. But there are others that don't, right? Lots of people have no idea how to drive in the winter, especially when they don't have any of the aids, you know. This thing has no traction control, no ABS, no computerization whatsoever. The only thing this has is an electronic choke and the gauges, which are the original gauges, but they're technically a computer. But other than that, there is nothing that is computerized in this. It's a carburetor with a mechanical fuel pump on a 255 V8. You know, it's got a good sound to it. You know, like, as I got closer to these guys here, because I was doing the speed limit, but they are not, which is fine. Like, to be honest, drive to the speeds that you're most comfortable with, and that you know that you can get out of it if anything happens, right? You know, and actually, I do want to back off from this guy a little bit. Because, yeah, it's just the visibility is getting worse as I get closer to this guy. So I'm just going to back off, right? Just so that I can see better. And now with the other cars coming this way and then that, and like, and also, like, now, you should be, in conditions like this, you should be pretty safe from wildlife. Because they're going to be kind of in their sort of hidey holes and stuff like that, avoiding the weather. For the most part, there might be a few, but nowhere near as bad. But yeah, like, other than that, you know, it's just awful conditions. And like, and again, you know, the roads, at least here, are fine. In Olds, they were bad. You know, I was spitting at every intersection, right? And, you know, there's not much I can do about it. You know, I just, when you start spinning, just use less throttle input and get through it. That's it. You know? But yeah, like, and especially if you're driving through a little bit of a storm like I am, just keep your wits about you, because people will do some dumb things, and you might not see it or expect it. So just be careful. You know, that's all. Because yeah, I you know, like, now I will say, like, would I recommend, if you wanted to drive, you know, a Fox body in the winter, would I recommend it? Probably not, because they aren't a great winter car. You know, they've got not the best heat in the world. They don't have the best traction, and you know, it's just that sort of thing too. And like, and these things tend to, you know, fog up decently in here. Like, you have to physically scrape the inner windows to get it unfogged, right? So there's that. You know, there's still some frost in the windows that I didn't get off, but I don't need to, because they're in spots where I don't care enough. But that's something to consider. And like even right now, because like I am not super warm in the car actually at the moment. Like I'm quite cold. Actually. Okay, the blower motor is working. I do feel the heat come out. It's a decent amount, but whatever it is, it's overpowering the heat. So do bear that in mind if you decide to, you know, daily one of these year round. And, you know, it's just, yeah, like I don't know. If I had, don't get me wrong, could I have another choice if I sold my convertible? Yeah, I could go get a winter beater to drive that, right? But I don't really want to. That's the thing, right? And you know, and it would actually get me ahead in a few different things because I could sell that along with my parts car for probably around $5 or $6 grand because they can cut the quarters out, put it in the other car, and use any other little miscellaneous parts off of that to make Lilo like just about 100%. There's a couple other things that I have to do, but it's really not bad. Like that car mechanically needs nothing. You know, it's a good car that way. Although like the header gasket does leak, even though it's a brand new freaking header gasket. So I think it's actually just the header itself, which sucks, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. You know, and like other than that, like, you know, I could use brakes at some point because they're not bad. They're pretty decent, but that could be done. And yeah, other than that, you know, that car's actually a good car with a 302 in it, and I have this AOD in the back. It's out of an injection car, so it's a TV cable instead of like kick down cable, but we'll figure that out when we drop that in the car because that's what it's for, right? I'm not like, don't get me wrong, could I sell that to say Keith and be like, you know, my buddy, and be like, hey, you know, I got this thing, do you want it? And because he'd probably put it in one of his cars because he's got a lot of these Fox bodies. Like if you saw, he has even more than that now. There's a video on my channel where I think I was checking out 5 Fox bodies, including one of my own. The rest of those were his. So yeah, it's one of those deals that way. And now like and he might be buying even more. Like, and if you saw, I did a junkyard tour of his cars at his property, and that wasn't even all of his cars because there were some cars inside and whatnot that I didn't get to. But this was one of them, I think. But also, like, this car now has a different hatch on it and has the RS hit scoop on it, so it's pretty nice that way. But yeah, oh jeez, yeah, just that visibility, like especially when the big trucks go by, right? It's just it's bad. But you know, it's kind of just one of these things. And like I could have just did this as sort of an update, like say, hey, you know, driving through a winter conditions in this 82 Capri. But yeah, and as for, so you guys might be wondering, well, what's going on with me? So right now, I'm waiting on Keith to get better so we can finish the T5 swap because unfortunately he's got COVID. So, and hopefully he gets out of it soon and he's got no long-lasting conditions like I do. Because when I got COVID, it kicked my ass, and it's caused all the fainting and stuff like that. At least that's what it seems like. That was the starting event, so that I could find anyways. Yeah. So we shall see. Hopefully he gets out of it, and then the plumbing in his house gets fixed, so I can stay there for. Because it's gonna take us probably 2 or 3 extra days, more than likely, to finish the T5 swap. Because right now, where I am at, or where we're at, with the T5 swap in my 81 Mustang, and bear in mind, that has a 200 inline 6 in it. So, we are at the point of, let's see here. So, steering column's out of the car, driver's seat's out of the car, pedals are in, clutch cable is in, transmission is not. We We haven't even dry fit the transmission yet to see, because it shouldn't need to shorten the drive shaft, but we might have to. Hopefully not, but we'll see. And if that's the case, then that car's going to go in the back burner for a little longer, and I might just say screw it and get a carbon fiber drive shaft made. Now, because like a friend of mine has a really good connection where I can basically get a carbon fiber drive shaft made for like $300, so it'd be worth it. However, there are certain things to consider with like a carbon fiber drive shaft. You know, like the conditions I drive through, like in the winter and stuff like that, it might not be the best decision, and that's something I need to look into. And if I just deem that it's too bad, then, you know, I'll just get one made, like just a regular drive shaft made, or mine cut down, like we'll see. Because again, I don't know, right? It's something I haven't fully researched into, but I know that, you know, it is a very nice upgrade, which is what I like to do. I like to upgrade my cars instead of just replace, more so. You know, because like my 81 Mustang, it's getting like all the upgrades, and even my 86, you know, has gotten quite a few upgrades, and it's gonna get a little bit more, like hopefully some heads in the cam in the coming months, and you know, and just make that car just so badass. And see, and now with the conditions being even worse right here, I am just letting off and just getting away from this guy in front of me here, right? Because again, it's getting really bad here. So like, I can still see, but not much. And even like they're starting to slow down in front of me, so which makes me slow down. And yeah, and now like, and here's the thing though too, is now if you're very confident, whatever else, and you know, you have great visibility, pass all you want, is fine. But just bear in mind, don't be overconfident, because there are people that are. And what I always say when you're driving in winter conditions, or even there's rain or whatever else, don't be a hero. If you have to drive through conditions like this, take it slow, take it easy, and you'll be okay. Or should be. Also have the correct tires and stuff like that too. It's like the current tires on Lilo, god, they are trash. Like good tread on the tires, whatever else. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a problem with the actual traction that they give is garbage. So, like compared to say the Cooper Cobras on Stitch, where even though they're super wide and everything, I can hold a corner a lot better with those than those Westlakes, so I will probably end up replacing those tires too. Because, yeah, I don't want to deal with that, because I do like to take corners at speed, whatever else at times too. Like when the weather is nice, but, because right now, it's definitely not. Yeah, I mean, other than that, you know, I am pretty close to getting home here. I'm very tired too, so there's that. Jeez. You know, and again, just being blind for that little instant there is just dreadful, right? I don't like that. Now, it doesn't give me anxiety or anything like that. However, if you do get anxiety from it, it's okay. Just, again, like I mentioned, just follow this white line, because you can usually see it, right? If you're on a highway, just, you know, hug that white line and you'll be good. Because that's what I try to do, because like I've driven through a lot worse conditions than this in my Fox bodies, both of them in fact. Because like in Stitch, I've driven through a couple of blizzards. Also in Stitch, I've driven through an absolute monsoon of rain in Calgary. That was just awful. You know, I was going down to Vulcan, and coming back, it was just like, oh my god. Because there were points where there was like puddles on the side of the road, and each time I hit one, it just pulled the car over, and yeah, that was scary. Now, I didn't record the first part of that video, but that video actually is here on YouTube, if you want to check that out. So, trying to get transport for it, which is tough. And I'd offer, if Keith didn't have COVID right now, I'd offer to go up to Keith's, grab his tow truck, come back, grab it, go back up there. You know, and just say, pay me my asking price and I'll do that for you, okay? Because I wouldn't mind doing that. But, yeah, because my buddy Keith finally has his tow truck back. It's been a minute. But, yeah, anyways, I'll end this here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And again, this was more just like an update video just to show you guys of,